guys, it is Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a speed build called Grande Green, and it's one of my more creative names, I have to be honest, but still I fail at making up names for builds, so you know, it's the best that I can do, which is kind of tragic. But anyway, I really like the way the outside of this house turned out. I was going for like this kind of front grand entryway kind of thing. So I started off with that and then just sort of built the house around it. This was originally going to be my dream home, but then the floor plan, I just couldn't get the floor plan to like be dream homey enough for me, so I ended up still using it because I liked the way that the exterior of the home turned out, but I just made it obviously like a normal speed build rather than like my dream home speed build. In saying that though, I had heaps of trouble with the interior of this house. I don't know what it was, but I nearly just like bulldozed the whole lot and just forgot about it because for the life of me, it took me I think 3 attempts to get the inside exactly how I wanted it. And the only reason that I didn't just bulldoze it and give up on it was because I really liked the way it looked on the outside, and I really liked the landscaping and everything, and I was like, no, it'd be a real shame, just suck it up and do it. So after like 3 or 4 attempts, I can't remember, I ended up with something that I actually really liked. So I just called it Grande Green because I thought that the house was a little bit like kind of grand looking inside. I don't know how to explain it. It has like this really nice big open kitchen and everything, so that's where the Grande came from. And then the exterior of the house is green. So there's my thought process. It's very basic, very basic. But yeah, I just think it's like a cool little house, and it has, I can't remember, 3 or 4 bedrooms, and it has like a little garage area, and I actually left the garage area completely unfurnished because I wasn't really sure what you would want to put in that area. So I left it unfurnished, and I thought that if you wanted to just use it as like a fake garage, you can just put like a couple of counters in there and a fake car. Otherwise, you could turn it into like a gym, you could turn it into a playroom, you could turn it into like an entertainment area. Like some people have a garage that they've like turned into like a sort of entertaining room instead. So I kind of thought that if I just leave it up to you guys, then you can put in it whatever you so desire. You could even make it like an indoor pool room if you wanted to, like a swimming pool, not like a pool table. I don't even think we have pool tables, so yeah. But as I said, I left it unfurnished, and I hope you don't mind, because I just know that some people really hate fake garages, so I just thought if I leave it unfurnished, you know, haters gonna hate. Wow, that was really lame. I don't even really like Taylor Swift that much, and I feel like if you could downvote that comment, you would. But I like her older music, but her new stuff's like not as good, and I don't know, I'm just not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, and that haters gonna hate song's really annoying, and I just think it's because it was overplayed, and that whole like haters gonna hate has been overused and everything. And I feel like I should stop talking now because I'm gonna like lose subscribers by the minute. Does anyone actually like agree with me that they're not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift? I don't know. I guess I'll soon find out. I'm either gonna like gain or lose subscribers based on my comments, but you know, whatever. So just doing the exterior wallpaper, and I actually included it in this build because it came together really, not easily, but it came together pretty well for me. And I've been using those like room trims as well a lot more, and I think it like adds like a really cool effect how there's like the differentiation between the top and bottom of the build. So yeah, I think it looks really cute in this case, and I used like a lot of like the columns and stuff, and the outside of this house, I really like it. So we've just jumped a little bit, and I have already like pre-done some of the exterior because I didn't want it to get like too repetitive. So I ended up just going for like plain white landscaping here. I thought that that's what was going to look best against the colourfulness of the house. I feel like because the house was a little bit extravagant looking on the outside, plain landscaping would look the best. And then I put the little purple chair there, and then like a few little plants out the front. And I actually didn't put this house up on a foundation, which is unusual. I usually put houses on foundations, but it wasn't going to work with the little front bit there. So I thought, you know what, let's not do a foundation on this house. Let's just leave it, you know, just ground level. So we're going into the backyard now, and as you can see, I've kind of like done a lot of it off camera as well. I don't know, I just kind of feel like it can be a little bit repetitive. I tend to use the same plants and the same kind of like style of landscaping. So if I do a bit of it off camera, you can still get like the general gist of things. So I just kind of did the furnishing part on camera and the rest of it off camera. But as you can see, this garden is so cute. I don't know what it is about it. I just really, really love it. And I think because it's like smaller as well, so it's a little bit more easy to furnish, and like the pool's a different shape, and I'm gonna just sound so up myself, but I really, really, really adore the outside of this house. And if the outside of this house wasn't so stinking cute, this build would not have been a thing, because, oh, as I said, 3 to 4 attempts to like get the furnishing right, and that doesn't usually like happen to me. Like, I'm usually pretty good with furnishing homes. I will sometimes be like, nah, just forget it and just delete the home and, you know, not do it anymore. But for the most part, furnishing comes together pretty like easily for me. I usually like have an idea and I just go for it. So not in this case, my friends, not in this case. This is also a shorter speed build. It's only like a sort of under 20-minute speed build for a house that's like kind of not small. And I think it's because I did cut so much of the exterior out that it saved a lot of time. So if you feel strongly either way, like show more of the exterior or like keep it with most of it being cut out, definitely let me know, because I'm happy to like take that all into consideration and everything. But we are about to go into the Grande kitchen, which is where the house got its name. So yeah, this kind of like grand kitchen, which actually looking at it now, it's not even that grand, but it's just like a big kitchen when you first walk in, and it's nice and like open and spacious and all that kind of stuff. So I think I had so much like trouble furnishing this house because I didn't really know what style I wanted to go for on the inside, because I feel like it should have been a little bit more like formal looking, but I ended up just going for like a rustic look because the inside of the house is actually not that big. So I feel like I wanted to go for something like super formal and like posh, but the house was a little bit too small on the inside to kind of go for that style. So in the end, I was like, stuff it, I'm just going to do like a rustic kind of look. And as I said, that's when I was able to just like furnish it and actually like the way that it looked inside. So yeah, there's also like internal access to that garage area, so it could definitely be like an entertainment or like a second living room, and I think it would look like really good that way as well. So yeah, just giving you some more ideas as to what to put in that unfurnished garage if you so desire. So I feel like at some point potentially I might even try refurnishing this house and using a different floor plan, because it's, I don't know, I can't figure out this house. Like, it's both big and small at the same time. I feel like there are areas that aren't utilized properly, like that could make the house bigger. So like the sort of front area, it's like a big gap of space that you could use for like something else. But as I said, I actually really like the way the house turned out. It just took way too long to get to where I wanted it to be. So yeah, this is like the kind of little dining area, and once again I love it because it's not like an actual dining room. It's just like a dining table in a hallway area, and it's so much easier to furnish that way. Like, I swear, dining rooms suck. They're so hard to furnish. And does anyone actually have like a dining room? I feel like it's not really a thing anymore. My parents, like the house I grew up in, actually had a designated dining room, but then we got an extension and moved it into like the dining table into this other room. So we don't have a designated dining room anymore. And I feel like my friends that lived in like older homes would have a designated dining room, but newer homes don't really seem to. Like, it seems to be more like open plan now. So I definitely think that the dining area rather than the dining room, it really works, and it's like kind of accurate. I don't know. Dining rooms suck. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, just doing like the little living area here. And this is what I mean. Like, the house is not that big, but at the same time it is big. But there's like this tiny little living area. I don't know. I still really like it though. I still really like it. Don't worry guys, I like it. But yeah, so I kind of just put the 2 little game consoles there because I was like, okay, you can have like an Xbox and a PlayStation, or a PlayStation and a Wii. Like I was just kind of thinking that, you know, there'd be more than one kind of like game that you could play in this living room. And that's, as I said, I think it's kind of accurate, because when you think about the amount of console games that there are at the moment, I think people do have more than one. So I ended up using that blue rug, which made me then change the lounge to like that lighter colour. And then before we head upstairs, this is just like a little like green room, sitting room area. So I just put like heaps of plants in there. If you wanted to make the dining area bigger, you could probably just like cut down those walls and make the dining table, like push the dining table back a little bit. And I originally did that with one of the first furnishings of the house, but it made the dining area too big, so I like it better with the little green room. And yeah, now we're upstairs doing the bedrooms, and I'm pretty sure it's only 3 bedrooms, I think. So I remember all of the house except for this part. For some reason, I'm like drawing a blank, and I'm pretty sure, let me just think, yes, this is like the green room. So I imagine this to be like a boys' room, and I kind of went like for green colours, which I never use because I don't really like, yeah, I don't really like green that much. It has to be just the right shade of green, but this kind of like tree green, leaf green, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I used it anyway, and I was able to use that Seasons painting again, which I find really hard to use, but it worked so well in this bedroom. Yeah, so I just kind of put the usual in this bedroom. I imagine this would be like a kid's room, but maybe not like a just turned kid, like nearly a teenager kid, and I feel like you could just delete a couple of items and it would make like a really good transition into like a teenager's bedroom as well. If you just like deleted the stuffed animal and maybe like deleted the kid's light and put a few different like posters up on the wall, I think that you could definitely easily just make this a teenager's room. And I think that's good, because I find sometimes like you'll furnish a room for a kid and then you have to like change the entire room once they turn into a teenager, because like it just doesn't suit the, I don't know, like it doesn't suit them anymore. So that room should be pretty easy to change over. Now this room here is the teenager's room, and I do remember this one now. I was going for like a Pinteresty, makeup-y kind of teenager for this one. So it's a teenage girl's room, and there's, you know, like mirrors, and there's like the whole like the makeup and the clothing, and I went for like a pastel pink and blue color scheme for it. And I feel like I do this kind of bedroom quite a lot for teens, but honestly, teenage me would have loved a bedroom like this, like with the makeup and the flowers, and yeah, I just feel like it's very Pinteresty, teenagery. So yeah, I really like it. However, I would need way more makeup than just that like one little tray. The amount of makeup I have right now is just like actually a little bit shameful. I have way too much makeup, and I'm not going to get rid of any of it, don't get me wrong, but I have so much makeup, like not even funny. Yeah, so I just trying to think, I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank on this, but I put that little the suitcase decor there, which came with the City Living pack. I've just like rediscovered it, and I love it. I think it is so cute. And I also have rediscovered this dresser because it comes in like that plain white swatch, so you can actually use it in a lot of builds. So I used it in this bedroom, and I just like the way the bedroom comes together. Like it's just really cute and girly and Pinteresty, and there's plants and flowers and candles and makeup, but I wanted it to still be like a little bit messy at the same time, because I feel like teenagers are incapable of being clean and tidy. I know I was. I'd go through phases of being super clean or super messy, and 90% of the time my bedroom was a pigsty. Like it was bad. It was really bad. But every now and then I'd clean it up, and then it would be like incredibly clean for, you know, like 2 weeks, and then I'd mess it up again. So when I do teenager rooms, I don't tend to do them like particularly neat and tidy, because I just don't feel like it's very realistic. But we're nearly at the end of this bedroom. I was just trying to find something to put against that little bare patch of wall, and I couldn't really find anything, so I ended up just like leaving it, and I thought you could put maybe like a little photo there, or a selfie or something. And then I just put like a couple of little rugs in. I put that like cute little plush rug in, which I really, really like. Now this bedroom here, I had a lot of trouble with, and I as I said, I'd furnished the house fully 3 to 4 times. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4. But then I also did this bedroom, like this specific bedroom, an extra time. So this is like the second time that I did this bedroom because I don't know why I couldn't get it to work. As I said, I don't know what it was about this build. Like on paper, it was perfect. And then actually trying to like put it together and build it, it just was not working for me. But I really like the way that it ended up. I really love like the blue color that I went with. Of course, blue was like my color. I adore blue, so no surprises there or anything. And I really like that mirror that comes with the seasons pack. I wish that it was like lower down on the wall. It's like strangely high. So if you put like a plant in front of it, I feel like it works. But it's strangely high and I just cannot figure out why. So we've done all the bedrooms now, and I'm just going to go around and furnish all of the little like patio areas because there's a few of them. So I just put like some chairs and stuff on this particular area because I thought you'd just go out there and sit and read a book and like look at the view. I don't even know if there is a view off that particular patio, but whatever. It's all theoretical. So yeah, I ended up just like putting the plants there and all that because it wasn't actually that big of a patio. So I had to just kind of put, 2 chairs and that was it. And then the front one here, I put the chess table, and we're just going to do the hallway area, and then that'll be the end. Except what I end up doing is where I just put that light, I was having trouble furnishing that like back corner because there was so many bare walls. So I end up actually putting a window where that light is. So that's coming up pretty soon. And I just make this a pretty generic like landing area. It takes me a while to get exactly what I want and how I want it, but it comes along nicely in the end. So we are nearly into screenshots, so I better go because I don't want to talk into screenshots like I do pretty much all the time. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really hope to catch you all in another video, and I really hope that you enjoyed. Bye!